Anita Baker, an icon whose soulful voice has touched millions, has a life story that's as complex and captivating as her music. Behind the Grammys, hit records, and standing ovations lies a journey filled with triumphs, struggles, and deeply personal challenges. From navigating fame to overcoming personal hardships, Anita's life is a testament to resilience and grace. In this video, we'll uncover the untold stories of her complicated life, her relationships, career highs and lows, and the legacy she's built over decades. Get ready to dive into the extraordinary world of Anita Baker like never before. Anita Baker's journey to becoming a legendary R&B artist is as inspiring as her soulful music. Born on January 26, 1958, in Toledo, Ohio, her early life was marked by adversity. When she was just 2 years old, her mother abandoned her, and she was raised by a foster family in Detroit, Michigan. At the age of 12, tragedy struck again when her foster parents passed away, leaving her in the care of her foster sister. By the time Anita was 16, her extraordinary voice began to shine in Detroit's R&B nightclub scene. One fateful performance caught the attention of bandleader David Washington, who handed her a life-changing opportunity: an audition for the funk band Chapter 8. In 1975, Anita joined Chapter 8, and the group began touring, eventually landing a record deal with Areola Records in 1979. Their debut album, Chapter 8, featured standout tracks like Ready for Your Love, a duet with Gerald Liles, and the Anita-led I Just Want to Be Your Girl. Despite their promise, the group faced a devastating setback when Areola was acquired by Arista Records later that year. Label executives dismissed Anita as lacking star potential and dropped Chapter 8 from their roster. Undeterred, Anita returned to Detroit, taking jobs as a waitress and receptionist while holding onto her dream. In 1982, a pivotal moment arrived when Otis Smith, a former Areola executive, encouraged her to embark on a solo career under his Beverly Glen label. This marked the beginning of Anita Baker's rise to stardom, proving that resilience and raw talent can triumph over even the harshest doubts. Anita Baker's rise to stardom was marked by both triumph and challenges, a journey that shaped her into one of the most iconic voices in R&B. Her debut solo album, The Songstress, arrived in May 1983, introducing her soulful artistry to the world. Featuring 4 singles, including The Heartfelt Angel, which reached number 5 on the R&B charts, the album cemented her as a rising star. Other notable tracks, such as No More Tears, Will You Be Mine, and You're the Best Thing Yet, also resonated with audiences, with the latter breaking into the R&B Top 40. However, success came with complications. Despite the album's popularity, Baker revealed she received no royalties from it, and the label delayed work on her follow-up. Frustrated, she sought to break free from her contract in 1984, which led to a legal battle with Beverly Glen label owner Otis Smith. By 1985, Baker prevailed in court, freeing herself to sign with Elektra Records. This new partnership offered her creative control, allowing her to produce music on her own terms. In March 1986, Anita released her second album, Rapture, a game-changer that catapulted her to international fame. Although it started slow with its debut single, Watch Your Step, the release of Sweet Love changed everything. The track became a breakthrough pop hit, climbing to number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earning a spot in the UK Top 20. The album spawned additional hits, including Caught Up in the Rapture, No One in the World, and Same Old Love, 365 Days a Year. With Rapture, Baker embarked on her first headlining tour, the Rapture Tour, which was later immortalized in the home video A Night of Rapture. By 1988, the album had sold over 8 million copies worldwide, including 5 million in the United States, and earned her 2 Grammy Awards in 1987. In 1987, Baker joined forces with the Winans on the gospel-tinged Ain't No Need to Worry, which garnered her a 3rd Grammy, this time for Best Soul Gospel Performance by a Duo or Group. The following year, she released her highly anticipated 3rd album, Giving You the Best That I Got. This record became an instant success, debuting at the top of the Billboard 200 and selling 5 million copies worldwide, with 3 million in the US alone. The title track soared to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topped both the R&B and adult contemporary charts, becoming her highest charting single. Other hits like Just Because and Lead Me Into Love also dominated the R&B charts. Anita Baker's artistic evolution reached new heights with the release of Compositions in 1990, an album that saw her delve deeper into the creative process. For the first time, Baker took a stronger hand in songwriting and production, weaving jazz influences into her signature soulful sound. The album's standout singles, Talk to Me, Soul Inspiration, and Fairy Tales, further solidified her reputation as a masterful storyteller. Compositions resonated with fans and critics alike, selling over 1 million copies and cementing her status as a musical force. After wrapping up the promotional cycle for the album in 1991, Baker decided to step back from the spotlight to focus on her personal life. She settled into family life with her husband at the time, and the couple welcomed 2 children. During this period, Elektra reissued her debut album, The Songstress, ensuring that her early work remained accessible to her growing fan base. Baker's hiatus from recording ended in 1994 when she returned with Rhythm of Love, an album that marked her triumphant re-entry into the charts. This project featured Body and Soul, her first top 40 pop hit in 5 years, and the heartfelt I Apologize, which earned her a Grammy, her 8th to date. The album achieved platinum status, selling over 2 million copies, making it her 4th consecutive platinum release. To support the album, she embarked on the Rhythm of Love World Tour, which ran from late 1994 through late 1995, showcasing her extraordinary live presence. In 1996, Baker transitioned to Atlantic Records, another label within the Warner Music Group. However, after the tour, she chose to take another break, focusing on raising her 2 young sons. Her career faced a hiccup in 2001 when she filed a lawsuit against Zomba Recording and its Dream Hire division, citing damage to her recordings caused by a faulty tape machine. That same year, Atlantic underwent restructuring and released Baker from her contract before she could release any new material with the label. Though she remained largely out of the spotlight during this time, her influence endured. In 2002, Rhino Records released The Best of Anita Baker, a compilation celebrating her illustrious career. The album achieved platinum status, a testament to Baker's enduring appeal and the timeless quality of her music. In 2004, Anita Baker made a celebrated return to live performance and the recording studio, signing with Blue Note Records in March of that year. Her highly anticipated album, My Everything, followed in September and marked a fresh chapter in her storied career. The album debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 and claimed the top spot on the R&B charts, eventually earning gold certification. Baker's unmistakable voice and heartfelt delivery proved she was as captivating as ever. Continuing her creative momentum, Baker released Christmas Fantasy in 2005, a holiday album that blended classic carols with her signature soulful style. The album earned critical praise and a Grammy nomination for the standout track, Christmas Time Is Here. That same year, Baker received an honorary doctorate of music from the prestigious Berklee College of Music, an acknowledgement of her immense contributions to the world of music. In 2007, Baker embarked on An Evening with Anita Baker, a 2-year concert tour that brought her timeless music to audiences across the globe. During this time, she also lent her powerful voice to national events, singing the American national anthem at high-profile sports games. Her impact on the next generation of artists was evident, as icons like Mary J. Blige openly expressed their admiration. Reflecting on a meeting with Baker at the 2007 Grammy Awards, Blige recalled, "I told her how much she meant to me. She said, 'I'm glad that you picked up the ball where I left off.' That meant a lot." With each project and performance, Baker reaffirmed her status as a musical icon, seamlessly blending grace, authenticity, and a sound that continued to inspire artists and fans alike. Anita Baker's later career has been a testament to her enduring artistry and fierce commitment to her music. Since 2010, Baker had been working on a new album, which was set to include the single Only Forever. In 2012, she released her soulful rendition of Tyrese's Lately, a move that sparked buzz across the industry. Urban adult contemporary radio stations gave the song a groundbreaking debut, playing it every hour on the hour for an entire day, a historic first for any artist. Though fans eagerly awaited the album, slated for release in late 2012, Baker chose to perfect the project, causing delays. Ultimately, the album never came to fruition. Baker made a triumphant return to the spotlight in February 2013, performing Lately and her classic Same Old Love on Jimmy Kimmel Live. That same year, her rendition of Lately earned her a Grammy nomination for Best R&B Performance. By January 2017, Baker announced her retirement, signaling the end of an era. However, her love for music proved irresistible, and she re-emerged in 2018, much to the delight of her devoted fans. In 2021, Baker faced a significant battle over her master recordings. She claimed that, under copyright law, her masters were supposed to revert to her after her contract expired. Taking a stand, Baker asked her fans to stop purchasing or streaming her music until the issue was resolved. After months of advocacy, Baker announced in September 2021 that the dispute had been settled, and she now owned her masters. A victory that underscored her unwavering dedication to her craft and legacy. Her influence remains undeniable. In 2022, Baker performed the Star-Spangled Banner at Lincoln Financial Field ahead of the NFC Championship game, delivering a stirring rendition that highlighted her timeless talent. In 2023, Rolling Stone honored her by ranking her at number 92 on its list of the 200 greatest singers of all time, cementing her place as one of the most iconic and beloved voices in music history. The story of how Anita Baker met her future husband, Walter Bridgeforth, is a tale of serendipity and love that has stood the test of time. Her career was in full swing, and she was traveling the country, performing at various venues and captivating audiences with her powerful performances. It was during one of these performances that fate intervened. In 1988, Anita was scheduled to perform at the Arlington Theater in Santa Barbara, California. As she prepared for the show, she had no idea that this particular night would change the course of her life forever. Walter Bridgeforth, a man with a quiet strength and a kind heart, was in the audience that evening. He had come to see Anita perform, drawn by her music and the emotional depth of her lyrics. As Anita took the stage and began to sing, Walter was immediately captivated by her presence and her voice. There was something about her that resonated deeply with him, and he found himself completely enamored. After the show, Walter mustered the courage to approach Anita. He introduced himself and expressed his admiration for her talent and her music. Anita, taken aback by his sincerity and genuine appreciation, found herself drawn to Walter's warmth and authenticity. Their connection was instant and undeniable, and they spent the rest of the evening talking and getting to know each other. As the night wore on, Anita and Walter discovered that they shared a deep bond, a connection that went beyond mere attraction. They found common ground in their values, their dreams, and their aspirations for the future. Anita was touched by Walter's support and understanding of her career, while Walter was inspired by Anita's passion and dedication to her art. In the days and weeks that followed, Anita and Walter continued to build their relationship, nurturing the love that had blossomed between them. They supported each other through the ups and downs of life, and their bond only grew stronger with each passing day. Eventually, Anita and Walter decided to take the next step in their journey together. They tied the knot in a beautiful ceremony, surrounded by their loved ones, and began a new chapter of their lives as husband and wife. Their love story has been a testament to the power of fate, the beauty of connection, and the enduring strength of love. Through the years, Anita and Walter have stood by each other, supporting one another through the challenges and triumphs of life. Their love has been a source of strength and inspiration, not just for themselves, but for all who have been fortunate enough to witness their journey. Anita Baker found herself in a legal quandary that threatened to disrupt her life and career. After a storied 18-year marriage to Walter Bridgeforth, Jr., the couple separated in 2005 and officially divorced in 2007. Their union had produced 2 sons, both of whom inherited not only their mother's striking resemblance, but also her deep passion for music. The aftermath of their divorce was far from smooth sailing. In 2010, Tensions escalated as Baker and Bridgeforth found themselves back in court, grappling with the complexities of their divorce settlement. The situation reached a critical point when a warrant for Baker's arrest was threatened by the divorce judge, citing contempt of court. The legal issues stemmed from Baker's refusal to sign documents that would transfer a portion of her music royalties to her ex-husband, a demand she found unacceptable. Baker's stance was rooted in her belief that the royalties from her music were the fruits of her creative labor and personal journey, not something to be divided as part of a marital asset. Her music, after all, was more than just a source of income. It was an expression of her soul and a testament to her artistic legacy. The thought of relinquishing control over something so deeply personal was a line she was unwilling to cross. Facing the prospect of jail time, Baker stood her ground and prepared to defend her position in court. In a tense hearing, she explained her stance to the judge, articulating the emotional and professional significance of her music royalties. Her impassioned plea resonated with the judge, who ultimately decided not to issue the warrant for her arrest. Baker's sincerity and the genuine nature of her arguments swayed the court, allowing her to avoid jail time and maintain control over her hard-earned royalties. In the intricate dance of divorce settlements, Anita Baker found herself entangled in a complex dispute with her ex-husband, Walter Bridgeforth, Jr., over the division of music royalties. Their divorce settlement, finalized after a 20-year marriage, stipulated a 50-50 split of royalties from two of Baker's albums released during their union. Giving You the Best That I Got in 1988 and Rhythm of Love in 1994. However, the path to a resolution was far from straightforward. The conflict ignited when Walter received a $12,000 payment in 2009, representing his 50% share of the music royalties for that year. He contested the amount, convinced that the profits were significantly higher and that he was entitled to a larger sum. This discrepancy led to a closer examination of the original divorce settlement, where a loophole was discovered. The agreement did not explicitly include the term mechanical royalties, payments made to a recording artist when their music is reproduced physically or digitally. Baker argued that since mechanical royalties were not specified in the settlement, Walter was not entitled to them. In court, Baker objected to the judge's initial ruling, asserting that the division of mechanical royalties was an area that had not been negotiated during the divorce proceedings. Her argument was clear. The oversight in the settlement language meant that these specific royalties should not be subject to the 50-50 split. The judge, recognizing the complexity of the issue, acknowledged Baker's objection. In an effort to resolve the dispute, the judge ordered a court-appointed expert to meet with Anita and rewrite the letters of authorization using mutually acceptable language. This decision aimed to clarify the terms of the royalty division and ensure that both parties were satisfied with the agreement moving forward. The intricate nature of the dispute highlighted the challenges that can arise from the interpretation of legal agreements, particularly in the context of divorce settlements involving creative assets. Through her steadfast advocacy for her rights, Anita Baker demonstrated her commitment to protecting her artistic legacy and ensuring a fair resolution for all parties involved.